The studio is full of fresh new armor. My Kal Skirata build is done, and I'm going to show it all to you today on Darth Rage Reviews.
Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force? Nah, for the Republic!
Greetings, Force fans, and welcome to another episode of Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force. So we're here today with a desk full of brand new spanking armor. This is my Kal Skirata build. It's from my good buddy Cody, 501st Legion Delta Squad down in Mobile, Alabama. This is a Mandalorian merc. He was a friend of Jango Fett. Armor very similar to Jango Fett's. He helped train all of the Grand Army of the Republic. He made the ARC Troopers what they are, and this guy was a badass. So I have completed the armor. If you guys have been following along with my lives, you've probably seen a lot of the progress. This was a fun build. I learned things on this build like I do on every build. And then today, Cody will come over and hopefully we'll get this all fitted onto him. Maybe get some pictures to show you guys the final look. There are always issues when you're trying to fit something, so I don't expect it to all go on immediately, but hopefully we can kind of get a picture for you guys to see. So let's take a look at some of the pieces that we have on this here Kal Skirata build. Let's take a look. All right, so we're going to start with this helmet. So the color scheme is very reminiscent of Boba. There is basically kind of a desert camo tan instead of the green that Boba has. No dent in the helmet either. That's, of course, but excuse me. Kind of the signature piece on this is going to be those scratches that they have on the side right here. I mean, those things, it's just a cool look. I'm not sure. I need to look up the story and see what it was that actually scratched him to do that. But yeah, very nice looking helmet. The back here, I'm proud of the fact that I got that all dremeled out, and then that's mesh behind there, as is called for in the CRL. But yeah, this helmet is a thing of beauty. He has a nice, good close-up look at that. And I always like to start with the helmets. The helmets, when I get them done and get them painted, that tends to give me kind of the energy, the focus I need in order to build the rest of the costume. So I tend to always start with a helmet. Buckets first. Buckets first. A couple of the other pieces in here that were a whole lot of fun to do, but I actually learned some things. The gauntlets. So these gauntlets are big, honking, chunky monkeys. He's got two of them. This one's got a rocket launcher and a flamethrower. I mean, do you really need a rocket launcher and a flame? Well, I guess you do. Who am I? Who am I to judge? So the CRL called for a hinge on one side, which I added, and then it just said to use some type of connector on the other side. I went with elastic. So basically, this part will pull open like so you can get your arm through there. And closes back down. Very simple. It's a simple process. I would have preferred to do something different, but hey, who am I to fault the geniuses that write the CRLs for all of our wonderful things. This was the hardest part, honestly, of the build, was kind of coming up with this tubing. So these will be, once I figure out the length of them with Cody, we'll tape these together, put some Velcro on the end, and then they will Velcro in underneath the sleeve, like right here on each side. 2 on one side, 3 on the other. I'll show you this other gauntlet too, because I really dug these gauntlets. And the gauntlets came from Mike over at 850 Armor Works. He printed these out for Cody. So definitely check out what they've got. They're not just clones and stormtroopers. They've got a whole lot of Mando gear as well. So this is the second gauntlet. This one had a little bit of tragedy in that I was sanding it and I dropped it and cracked this piece here into 3 little pieces. But then I fixed it with basically turned it into a blaster mark. There, as Bob Ross said, we don't have mistakes or only happy accidents. Only happy accidents here. And again, 3 tubes off the back of this one that, again, we'll measure out and try to get as appropriate as possible. I'm not sure how long they need to be. Not sure. So put these aside. The knee armor, I love it. It's got the double darts like Boba Fett. And the first time I think we saw these things in action was in The Mandalorian when he got re-armored and, basically dropped his knee onto that rock and 2 missiles to stormtroopers. But these darts are nice. These are real aluminum. He got these from his son's armor, and then I just added them onto here. But 2 pieces of knee armor. Get this up out of the way too. Sorry, I've got pieces all over the place now. We've got the standard chest pieces. So these will go on to the flak vest like so. I do enjoy the little blaster. I didn't do a whole lot of extra kind of blaster marks, things like that onto this. The CRL specifically calls for just a kind of a dirty weathering, not necessarily a whole lot of blaster marks, but I did enjoy that one that I put on there. And I don't know if you can catch the shine where the Beskar shines through, but one specific nice pretty blaster mark right up there, just to kind of give it that oomph, if you will. Back plate, that one simply just sits on the back like so. Very easy piece of armor to do. So I forget where the armor comes from. I'll get the name from Cody and I'll put a link in the description, but the armor kit is ABS plastic, and it's all from an individual that knows what the heck they're doing. We've got thigh plates. So I created these out of just flat pieces of ABS plastic that I kind of molded and framed, or molded to where they are curved. But these will go on both thighs. We got caught in a butt in here somewhere. And these are the only 2 pieces that I really need to add Velcro to the suit for. We just didn't measure that out, but we've got the cod piece, and then that goes, I think it's like that actually, that goes along the back as well. So that kind of wraps around the waist and goes underneath the belt bandolier that is all down in here as well. So these are all the pieces parts. Again, Cody's on his way over this afternoon, so we can really try this on and hopefully get some CRL submission pictures for him. And hopefully I can kind of come back and show you guys what it all looks like together. But first, let me give you some beauty shots of this armor so you can kind of see what it all looks like in a pretty setting. Let's take a look. All right, so that is what it all looks like. I got to tell you, this was a fun build. I enjoy any time that I do something new, learn some new techniques. This is the first time I had to do a hinged gauntlet. This is the first time I had to do tubes from a gauntlet into that. So there's a lot of things that I learned on this. My first full jumpsuit build. So I really appreciate that Cody gave me the chance to do this for him. I really hope that he loves this as much as I love building it. But let me know, guys, what do y'all think in the comments? What do you think of this armor? Did you learn anything about Kal Skirata? I had no idea who the dude was, and I think I'm pretty versed in Star Wars lore, but I had no idea who Kal Skirata was before I started this build. I appreciate that I took the time to learn about him and Clan Skirata and just kind of learn about what they are all about. Anytime you can learn about Mandalorian culture, you're doing yourself a proper. But let me know in the comments, what do you think of this armor? Is this a cool set of armor? Do you think I should build myself some Mandalorian armor? I've often thought about doing a custom Mando. I don't know. But I hope you did enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed following this build for the last month and a half or so. And right now I'm kind of don't know where I'm going next build-wise. So if you've got something that you want me to build, drop it in the comment there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like. Consider subscribing. You'll probably like the rest of my content as well. As always, y'all, I am Darth Rage. This is Darth Rage Reviews, your source for the Force.
The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.